Tired of weak TV signals? Before you buy a new antenna, what if a cheap steel filter could outperform it? Well, today, we're turning a simple stainless steel kitchen strainer into a serious TV antenna. Let's jump in and build something useful together. Now let's get this strainer ready. I marked 2 holes that line up with the legs on our CATV splitter, then grab a drill and slowly punch through the stainless mesh. We don't need a lot of force here, just steady pressure so the holes stay clean and neat. Once they're in place, we're ready to bolt this thing on. All right, with the holes ready, we can secure our splitter. I slide the splitter studs through the mesh. Then drop on a washer and a nut for each side. A washer is important here. It spreads the pressure so the mesh doesn't bend or tear. Now, I take a small wrench and snug everything down, not too tight, just firm enough so the splitter sits solid and doesn't wiggle. That's our antenna brain locked in place. From here, all the signals will be collected and split cleanly. Just like a store-bought setup, only a whole lot cheaper and more satisfying to build. Now we need our antenna arms. I grab a length of coaxial cable and measure out 4 equal pieces, about 6 inches each, or 15 centimeters if you like metric. A sharp utility knife or cable cutter works best here. I cut each piece clean and straight so we get good connections later. Once all 4 sections are ready, we've got the foundation for our signal pickup elements, simple, sturdy, and the perfect size for strong TV reception. Alright, now comes the fun and a bit more detailed part, turning these coax pieces into little waveguide coils that help catch the TV signal. On each section, I trim just a short piece of the outer jacket at one end, just enough to attach an F connector later. You don't want to expose too much here, just clean and neat, so our connector fits snugly. Now, the other end gets the special treatment. I carefully strip off about 4 inches, a good 10 centimeters of the outer insulation. That exposes the braided shield. I peel that back and trim it away cleanly so the copper core is free. Then, I slide off the inner white insulation as well. What we want is that solid copper center wire, completely bare. That's our antenna element. Once that's done, we shape it. I grab a pin or a round screwdriver shaft and gently wrap the copper core around it, turning it into a spiral coil. Nothing too tight, just a smooth, even spring-like shape. Think of it like winding an old-school radio antenna. This coil helps improve signal capture across different frequencies, giving us better reception than a straight wire. I repeat this step for each of the 4 pieces: strip, clean, and coil. Take your time. Neat coils not only look good, they perform better too. By the time we're done, we've got 4 matching copper coils ready to act like little signal antennas, all handmade. All tuned by you, right on the workbench. Where are you watching from? Drop your country or city below. I love seeing where our DIY community comes from. Hold them side by side. Look for even spacing, same height, same tightness in the coils. They don't have to be perfect like factory pieces, they just need to be consistent. And that right there is the backbone of our homemade antenna. No fancy store-bought parts, no complicated electronics. Just a bit of coax cable, some basic tools, and your time. Feels good, doesn't it? Turning simple scrap wire into something that can pull TV channels out of thin air. Now that our signal coils are ready, we need a solid stand. I'm using a short piece of PVC pipe as the upright support. Heat one end gently with a heat gun or lighter, just enough to soften it, and then press it down onto the rim of our metal mesh filter. This molds the plastic so it grips the filter firmly. Let it cool a moment, and there you go, a sturdy custom-fit post to hold our antenna upright. With our PVC post shaped and ready, it's time to give this antenna a solid foundation. I've got a simple wooden board here. Nothing fancy, just a sturdy base. Drill a hole right in the center sized so the PVC pipe fits snugly. Slide the pipe down into the hole and press it firmly so it stands upright without wobbling. Once it's secured, take all 4 coax leads we prepared earlier and screw them into the splitter on the mesh screen. Now our antenna has a steady base and all the signal arms connected. It's really starting to look like a proper TV antenna you'd buy in a store. Alright, now that our antenna is mounted and the short wave capture leads are in place, we need one more key piece, a long coaxial cable to run from the antenna to the TV. This is what's going to carry our signal, so we want it done right. Take a length of coax cable, however long you need to reach your television. I like to give myself a little extra, rather than come up short later. Now, strip the outer jacket carefully, just enough to expose the shielding mesh underneath. Fold that braid back neatly, don't cut it off. It's important for grounding and signal quality. Inside you'll see the white insulation. Trim it back to reveal the copper core, the heart of the signal path. Be gentle. You don't want to nick that center wire, or you'll weaken the connection. Now, slide on your F connector. Twist it down tight so the copper core sticks out cleanly in the center, and the mesh shielding makes solid contact with the connector body. This part can make or break your reception, so take your time to get a snug fit. Repeat the process on the other end of the cable, then screw one connector into the splitter on the antenna, and the other end will plug straight into the TV. And just like that, we've got a proper transmission line ready to bring those channels to life. Now, it's the moment of truth. Take the long coax cable we just made and screw one end into the splitter on our homemade antenna. And the other end right into the TV's antenna input. Power on your TV head into the settings and select Auto Scan or Auto Tune. Then sit back for a minute and let the TV do its job. If we built everything right, you should start seeing channels pop up, free, clean and clear. And there we have it. A stainless mesh TV antenna made with simple parts, and it performs like a store-bought one. Not bad for a little time in the workshop, right? Projects like this remind us that sometimes the old school mindset still wins. Build it yourself, understand it, and enjoy the satisfaction when it works. If you enjoyed this build or learned something new, give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I always enjoy hearing from fellow makers. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next clever home project. See you in the next one. Keep building, keep learning, and stay creative.